Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to our worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananji Maharaj, to sage Narada and all other sages and saints, and to each of you, divine soul, watching today's satsang. So we are covering Narada Bhakti Sutras. We are on chapter number 3, and today we will be covering Sutra number 56. Chapter 3 is primary and secondary devotion, Mukhya or Gauna Bhakti. Commentaries by my Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananji, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So let's get started. Chapter 3, Narada Bhakti Sutras, Sutra number 56. It is Gauni Tridha Guna Bhedad Artadi Bhedad Va. Again, Gauni Tridha Guna Bhedad Artadi Bhedad Va. Meaning, secondary devotion is of 3 types according to the 3 gunas, as well as according to the distinction of the worshippers, such as the distressed. So, meaning is that Gauni Bhakti is secondary devotion, and it's of 3 types because there are 3 gunas of Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. So the devotion is also of 3 types: Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. This is explained in the Srimad Bhagavad Puran, where sage Kapila is giving instructions to his mother Devhuti. And he says, those who turn to the divine self for the fulfillment of anger and hatred, and who are steeped in hypocrisy, jealousy and violence, are tamasic devotees. So although they are praying, but their prayers are for something that is going to be tamasic, full of anger, hatred, jealousy, greed, etc. So those who worship the divine self, considering him to be confined to a statue alone and directing their devotion for the sake of worldly objects, fame, glory, etc., are Rajasic devotees, which means they are praying but they want something in return. They want heaven, they want this, they want that. So those who worship the divinity to destroy the impurities of the heart and to attain supreme self-effacement are Sattvic devotees or pure devotees. But they are still within the gunas. So these are the 3 gunas. These 3 types of devotees are limited by their gunas. But when devotion flows on like the stream of the Ganga, Ganges, in an unbroken succession towards the divine self, it is called Nirguna Bhakti. Nirguna means no gunas or beyond the 3 gunas. Devotion where these 3 gunas are transcended, which is the same as Parabhakti. So you reach that state. This is the highest form of devotion, Parabhakti. Whoever attains this highest form of devotion rises beyond the 3 gunas as well as all other distinctions. So he is the one who has reached to that state of Parabhakti. There is another classification of devotee based upon the statements of Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, and that is in chapter number 7, shloka number 16. He says, there are 4 kinds of virtuous souls who worship me, O Arjuna. They are the distressed. I will read this to you. This is chapter 7, shloka number 16. It is, Chaturvidha bhajante mam janaha sukruti no Arjuna arto jigyasur artharthi jnani cha bharatarshabha. So this is where God is explaining the 4 kinds of devotees according to Bhagavad Gita. He says there are 4 kinds of virtuous souls who worship me, O Arjuna. The distressed, people who are in pain, they are called Artha. The seeker of knowledge, they are called Jigyasus, people who are working towards knowledge. The seeker of wealth are called Artharthi. They need money, monetary things. They pray to Lakshmi, goddess Lakshmi. And the wise are Jnani. These are the people who are enlightened souls, who are light, giving that light to others, like our beloved worshipful Guruji Swami Jyotirmananda ji, who got enlightened at a fairly early age and who has been following this holy sannyasa path. He was very young actually when he got sannyas. He took it at the age of 23, I think, from the beloved master, great Param Pujya Swami Shivanandji Maharaj. So all these different aspects that the Bhagavad Gita is saying, there's a Jnani, Arti, Artharthi, and Jigyasu. So in this example, we are Jigyasus because we are trying to learn, and our masters, divine masters, are the Jnanis because they have attained that path of liberation and they are guiding us on that path. So, O best of the Bharatas, of these four, the first three are secondary devotees, and the last is the Parabhakti, or the Jnani is the highest. So that is the essence of this sutra that Swamiji has related both ways, from the Bhagavad Gita and also from Narada Bhakti Sutras. So we will cover sutra number 57 tomorrow. Om Tat Sat.